So it's a muddy welcome to Wickham for you then, Toyah?
I've never known it be this bad.
No.
I think I've done Wickham 3 times and the weather has always been really great. So this is a Glastonbury experience, really,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well, the thing is, it's Sod's Law. We've been blessed with the weather for about the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Obviously not last year, but we had glorious sunshine, and the one year we get rid of the big top because of COVID.
Oh my God, is that what it was? Oh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, we got rid of the big top for the main stage anyway. But from your point of view, tonight you'll be on the big top.
In the
stage,
big top?
Yeah, so you'll be all right.
Okay.
And people will be dry. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that'll
It's
make
a
it
good
more
energy
fun.
in that tent anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So yeah, we had to lose the big top for the main stage, and then the water's got into the
Yeah.
stage electrics. So
That's bad.
yeah,
Okay.
So
I've never known that happen.
no, it's been a bit of a nightmare day really.
Okay.
So obviously with the SAS band tonight.
Yeah.
So how much do you enjoy doing something that little bit different as opposed to your own, all of your own stuff?
I like everything I do. And I always say if I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. So with the SAS band, I get a chance to work with people that are of such huge pedigree that it's an absolute honour to be on stage with Madeline Bell.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're on stage with Fish, Graham Goulding. I mean, they're great people. I'm normally on stage with Justin Hawkins when I do SAS, and it's just awe-inspiring to be with these people who are so complete as musicians. Because I feel very pulled, because I'm one foot is in movies and the next is in music. So I'm always kind of finding my feet again. That said, I've got a new album coming out and I do 200 shows a year, but to be with a band that has such a complete sound and such trust of each other, it's really, really nice.
Do you rehearse much together? Do you get much chance to do that?
Yeah, we rehearsed yesterday. How those boys play so much, I don't know, because they're on stage for at least 4 hours. So, but they were rehearsing solidly for 3 days, which is incredible.
Yeah. And for you personally, how do you go about selecting the songs that you put on the stage?
Oh, that's quite an interesting one, because Spike does that.
Yeah. Even though it's your songs.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Spike likes my voice for certain songs, and okay. I respect that. Absolutely cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what about? And you say you've got a new album coming out as well. So
yeah, I've got Posh Pop coming out on the 27th of August. It's me, Robert Fripp, and my long-term co-writer Simon Darlow. It's fabulous. My third single is out today, called Summer of Love. And it's Amazon's biggest pre-order album. It went into #1 in virtually every chart they have.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what can people expect from this album?
It was written in the last 6 months of lockdown, so it's very much in recognition of what Robert and I learnt during lockdown, is that people needed to be seen as individuals. People needed to be seen and heard at a time when we were all supposed to disappear. So the songs are very much about freedom. They're very much about escapism, freedom, and peace and love, basically. Because one of the most extraordinary things about lockdown is the political world carried on. And there we were, some of us in bedsits, some of us single parents with children, some of us with not enough food. It's probably one of the most extraordinary events in history. So to go into the studio and write 10 songs for an album when all that is going on, I think this is probably the most complete album I've ever been involved with, in that it's about the recognition of all of us and how amazing we've all been.
So it very much affected your writing?
It's the compassion that I experience writing. Normally I'm an escapist, and I write about fantasy, I write about sci-fi, but here the intense compassion, because at the same time I was creating Toyah and Robert's Sunday Lunch, which has 40 million viewers, and a lot of those messages were, thank you, you've saved our life, thank you, you've made this possible for us. That compassion can't help but find itself within the music. So I think it's been one of the most affecting moments of my life as a writer.
And how was lockdown for you personally?
The first 3 weeks were terrifying because we went into lockdown having lost Bill Rieflin, who was the last drummer in REM, who was a co-writer of mine. So the first 3 weeks were intense grief for me, and just worry about loved ones and worry about the world and worry about a tour I was about to do with Hazel O'Connor and just everything. We were all ducks out of water. We didn't know what was going on. But then suddenly the silence started to make me rediscover myself. Normally I'm tour managing, I'm helping producing movies, I'm feeding musicians, I'm making sure they get hotels, as well as going on stage and sing, and suddenly none of that was happening. And you start thinking about, well, what's happening to all the crews? What's happening to the people that build the stages, put the lighting rigs in? You know, we're doing nothing, what are they doing? How are they coping? And at that point, I managed to persuade Robert that we needed to stay connected with this incredible network of people we work with around the world. We don't know all their names, but we're still a network. And I felt very, very driven by that, really driven, to bring humour, recognition, to also address the fact that my husband is 75, I'm 63, and we're still relevant to rock and roll. And it was quite bizarre performing rock and roll songs from, say, System of a Down, Chop Suey, or from Metallica, Enter Sandman, at our age, because the kind of polarization of age and music really made a point. And that point was, his music is for everyone, age is pointless, music is for everyone. And that was just so empowering for all of us and the audience as well.
Mm-hmm. And what about since we've come out of lockdown?
Oh, it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. It's gig after gig after gig. Because I've got to fit, and every musician has to do this, I've got to fit all of last year's tours, 3 tours, into this year. And I've already got 3 tours booked this year. And everything's buffering up now into 2022, 2023. Album coming out, 3 movies coming out. And I've got a star in a movie in October. It's just condensed, really condensed, but I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, we're loving having you here, and it's really good to see you.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.